Okay guys, welcome back. Today we're looking at the back seat of the truck, and this truck has the double cab setup. Now with the double cab you get a pretty large back seat, but not quite as big as you do with the crew cab, and of course not as much legroom as you do with the crew cab, but still a lot of room. And what I'd like to do is better utilize this area down here. Now this is a 40-60 split bench, and these seats lift up and the other side will lift up as well. And there's a lot of room down here to do a lot of different things with. Put stuff. I oftentimes in the wintertime put my ice scraper down there, and sometimes there's bags from the store or grocery store. And you can't put a ton of stuff down here, but there's a lot of room. But what ends up happening a lot of times is things end up moving around and end up here where people are trying to put their feet, or just making a mess of things here in the back. And we can lift up the back of that one too, and there's room on the other side there too. Now this truck has a pretty well defined drivetrain hump that runs through the middle here, but what I'm going to do is build a box. I've seen a lot of boxes that are available from like Duha and Husky Liners, and there's other ones that are out there as well, and they're plastic and they will fit right here in the bottom. They fit pretty snug and they offer a lot of room and some different configurations, dividers and all the good stuff, but they're 150 to 200 bucks, and you may find them a little bit cheaper, and sometimes you find them for a little bit more. And at the end of the day, they're just pieces of plastic, and I think that's a bit overpriced. So I want to make one out of wood. I'm going to carpet it pretty nice. I may put some dividers in there, or maybe build in some cup holders, something like that. And we're going to put that here in the back, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so one of the recommendations I have when doing this, and this will be the same whether you're making a storage box, or I see a lot of guys online making speaker boxes and putting something back here, but to take some cardboard, this is a leftover part of a box that I had, and to measure out and form fit so you can make your cuts on your wood you know, a lot more easily. There's still going to be some trial and error. You can do as many measurements as you want. This hump contours pretty good, and it's unique from, you know, the driver's side to the passenger side, so you know you have to go back and forth a few times and until you get it right, but this makes things a lot easier. As you can see, we have some of the progress done. We'll take a quick little look here, and we have some storage area that's separate from the foot area. Ended up just using some plywood I had around the garage, as well as some 1x material to use as some bracing. The cuts are rough. I got to clean a few things up, put a few more screws in. You can see I split it up here by accident. I've also contoured the piece to fit, you know, the contour of the chair that's going to go above it, as well as, this is probably a little generous here, but the contour of the floor below it there as well. And we'll show you the other side too here in just a sec. So here's the other side, and this is going to look a little different because we have something there in the middle. Now the original cuts were to have this fascia piece run all the way through the length of the truck, and I decided that I wanted to put some cup holders in here. So this is an incomplete part of it, but this comes out just like that to have a couple cup holders. Basically some plywood here, it's all 1/2 inch, and a stop back here that'll stop it against this support piece down here, which is made out of 1x, as well as when you put it back in its inside position, there's a lip here, and you can see my hand kind of moving with the contour of it. That'll keep it from, you know, just coming out when you stop or anything like that. So with the seat down, and the handle's not in all the way because the carpet needs to come on here yet, and there's some work I need to do to these. These are just PVC caps, 3 inch. I have some cutting to do with those. I'll show you guys that here in a little bit. But it'll hold the cups, and when you want to have somebody here, you have room to put a third person here if you want to. Alright, so we've taken out all of the sharp edges and stuff that were on here and around the truck box, and I'm giving it a little bit of sand, making sure there's, you know, nothing like this kind of hanging out in there. So we'll keep doing this, and we kind of have a semi-finished good. Now honestly, it still doesn't look like much, and it won't even hold that much weight, which is okay. It's not designed to hold weight, it's designed to keep things from rolling around in the back of the truck. But once we get all that done, got some carpet here from the Menards. I think this is about 11 bucks worth of carpet. It's kind of a dark charcoal, which will match pretty close to the back black carpet that's in the back of the truck. Not perfect, but close enough. And I like the texture. This was pretty thick, and I think it'll hold up pretty nicely. And here's what I came up with on the finished product. This looks a little bit different than what I was planning on doing because the cup holders aren't here. Spent actually quite a few hours on it, but only a couple dollars in engineering it and getting the components and all that stuff. Test fitted, looked like it was going to work great, and then put the carpet on it and ended up not working well at all. So I basically put a block back in here and reinforced it with a 1x. What's nice about this unit, more of accidental engineering, but I made it modular, so you know, the 1x can come off. That's carpeted all by itself. The 2 ends can come off. They're carpeted on their own. So if I did want to go back and do something different with this, I can, instead of having one whole piece and having the whole thing carpeted, which would also look nice, but you know, modular is okay. The last thing I did was I put in a couple of straps here with a screw and a washer. These are quick release straps, something like you would see on a life jacket. Quick release. Sorry, I'm doing that one-handed. And this will allow me to secure this to the back of the cab, so I can, you know, take it in and out and not have it shift around and move around and all that stuff, which is, you know, sort of the purpose of having the box to begin with, to keep stuff in place. So let's go take a look what it looks like inside. And there you have it. There's the completed box inside the truck. Although the cup holders again would have been nice, this is a lot cleaner and it'll work out pretty well. Here's the strapping. It keeps it from moving. You know, can you move it a little bit? You can lift it up, a little bit, but it keeps it from flying forward when you hit the brakes and keeps everything secure where you want it to. And get the seat down and seat up. Alright guys, till next time.